How do you do? It would be a little unkind to present this picture without just a word of friendly warning. I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, well, we've warned you.
Welcome to the Rockets Metal Podcast, everybody. I am his human slave, Wyatt, the Christmas elf, Wyatt, the savior of metal and Christmas, as you can tell from my mighty crown here. Yeah, what's up, everybody? Good to see you all. Thank you all for tuning in. It's going to be a fun episode. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a lazy mood. There's a lot of fun stuff to talk about. I figure we'll hang out for quite a while and have some fun discussions. However you guys want to celebrate your unholiest of Wyatt Wednesdays. I don't know what kind of traditions you guys have created to go with this lore of the Savior of Metal, but let me know. Shout out to everybody. First person in was Stormare. What's up, man? Followed by Mr. Darkmare. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We got Cotton Ministries. Xavier Walco says $150 AI shirts. I don't know what you're talking about, but that sounds horrendous. Everybody, if you're here, do me a favor and press that like button on the stream. It does help me out. I know that sounds lame. I know it sounds like I'm some regular YouTube shill begging for attention, and I am. So help me out and hit the like button. Yeah, lots of stuff to go over. How is everybody? Seeing all of the expected long-time people in here. Jay Hazard, what is up? King Rocket. Oh, he went back in his little tower now. He's going to take a nap. At least he showed up to say hi. How has everybody's week been? What's up in your Christmassy metal world? Any concerts, or is it all frozen over? My band just played a concert, actually, this last weekend. We played at a place called Supply and Demand here in Long Beach. We played with Deteriorate, Coven, Disciples of Death, which is my guitarist's other band. Putrescence is an awesome death metal band from here. Ruin, and there was, what was the other one? Fuck, I can't remember. But all the bands are really good. It was a good, fun show. And I have professional footage of it here. I wanted to share one with you guys. If you can suffer through another one of my shitty songs before we get into all the controversial clickbait stuff. Good A, mate, says William Buckley, who's definitely not English. But hey, it is Christmas time, so I'll give you that. I've been having a very whimsical English Christmas time. I read A Christmas Carol, and I'm playing Hogwarts Legacy, and I just got to where it's Christmas season in the game. So I'm fully metaled the fuck out. I know you guys came here for hot takes on metal from a metal elitist, and here I am being like, Christmas time! Anyway. I'm getting to it. My band, Dark Insanity, we played a show, and the whole thing is on video. So if you would like to see the whole set, our entire show, you can see it at Sex Thrash 69. Go and check out that channel for not only our full set, but all the bands that played if you want to. During our last song, something funny happened. There was a oopsie daisy as we went into launch into our badass finale. And I found it very funny. We all found it very funny. And I also thought that it'd be a good lesson for people who might be nervous about performing and having a whoopsie daisy happen to them. So just the spoiler alert is before we go into the last song, which is Technological Terror, which we played at Tolminator, which I'll play for you here because it's sick. The drummer's drumstick went flying out of his hand, and he didn't have one nearby, so he had to stop and get up and get it, and we had to like improvise for a second. And I have seen bands fall apart with things like that happening at their shows. I've seen band members lose their shit or just not be able to recover. And I want to show you what we did. So this is the last song of our set the other night. We are Dark Insanity. We have one more song for you, unfortunately. Fortunately, the rest of the stack lineup is coming out next. It's going to be a good fucking night. If you like what you heard, you can find us on Spotify, YouTube, all of that streaming. Can you guys comment quickly? Let me know if the sound's good, if everything is fine. First, caffeine. But it's a celebration. Someone comment if the sound was good, just so I know. Stuff. We have an EP up now. Next year we'll have a full album. If you didn't like us, haha. We got one more. It's probably our craziest one. It's called Technological Terror. Ha! Gotcha. We'll be right back. All right.
Thank you, Long Beach, our house. Hey, I'm drunk Saturday. Fuck yeah, thank you for coming out. Fuck yes, you're all awesome. Check us out on all the socials and shit. And stick around for all the next bands.
And zooming in for ending on the dick shot. I don't know why the camera did that. That was not me. But yeah, so as you saw in the beginning of the song, the little oopsie daisy there. And if that happens when you're playing live, you got to just laugh with it and roll through it. As I said, I've seen bands ruin their set because of little accidents like that, or just see one of them be super pissed off. But I've also seen bands make some hilarious, memorable moments with shit like that happening. And a lot of the times, as a fan, that will stick with you if you see something like that happen. So, yeah, I thought that was a fun little lesson for people. If at first you don't succeed, pick yourself up and try again. That's what I'm trying to say. Also, if anyone caught the we'll be right back there, yeah, I've been watching a whole shitload of Adam Ray's Dr. Phil. That is my new favorite comedy thing at the moment. People say a song sounds good. Thank you. Very nice. Ignoring my work right now, as you should be, as any real American should. So I see people mentioning in the comments about the AI generated shirts. Let's have a look at that if that's the current subject. Because I was going to bring up... Oh, I'm sorry I keep bumping my fucking camera. I should be getting a new camera sometime soon. Doom Machine, you lucky son of a bitch. I want to go so bad. I live about 40 minutes away from the Comedy Store. and I need to keep my eyes peeled because they'll sell out quickly. But yeah, that's my new favorite comedy thing. So Bring Me the Horizon has faced some backlash because of their use of AI. Now, covering Bring Me the Horizon on this channel is kind of funny because I saw them for the first time at Sick New World this year, and I did not like them in the slightest. It was not for me. I wouldn't say they suck. They're great at what they do. I would say what they do is very much not my type of vibe. That said, the backlash that I was gonna bring up here first about this AI use, I thought was really stupid, but I didn't even know about this one that you guys are talking about. So let's pull up an article. Bodybuilder Berserker says what they do suck. I played the fifth. All right, sorry, let me bring it up. Bring Me the Horizon facing backlash over AI generated art plus visuals. I heard about the visuals. You guys are all mentioning the art. Bring Me the Horizon, a very sceeny-weeny metal band, you could say, have recently utilized AI-generated visuals in their live show and on merchandise, and some of their fans don't seem too happy about it. Showcasing one of their recent live innovations in a video on TikTok. Don't you hate everything about this story already? Bring Me the Horizon, AI, TikTok. This is the fucking world we live in now. We could all be in the 1980s right now, not communicating because they don't have internet like this, but we would all be seeing awesome bands while on Pablo Escobar's merchandise, which sounds a lot more rock and roll at least than TikTok and AI. But let's continue. The clip showed how a special AI generating camera was able to provide a visual of singer Ollie Sykes seemingly turning into a demon back into human form, blah, 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 blah. Do I have to fucking click on a TikTok video to see shit? Please don't. No. Don't do that. Can we watch it somewhere else? I'm not supporting that crap. What's everyone in the chat think of AI? Many people think that it should be banned. Oh, thank God. Many people think that it should be banned and never used completely. I think that is completely unrealistic at this point in time, as unfortunate as that is, but that it can definitely be used in terrible ways. We're still sharing this page? We are. Cool. Xavier says, so just to let you know, Bring Me the Horizon has AI visuals for their performance, fine-ish, and $150 AI shirts, not fine at all. Well, you just spoiled the entire segment. That ends the video right there. We just read the cliff notes. No, but yeah, that's what's going on. So, let's cover the visuals first. This person says, whoever the fuck says, Bring Me the Horizon openly flaunting some dog shit generative AI bullshit on TikTok. Gotta be the most disappointing shit I've ever seen. That is one privileged life, I must say. You're one of the biggest metal bands in the world and you can't hire an artist to make something for you? Honestly, disgusting. This is the visuals. Good. Well, keep playing it. What the fuck? If people could just show the entire video, it would be very much appreciated. Anyway, it's supposedly in real time a camera that's making him turn into this demon-looking thing. It's like a visualizer for their live show. Apparently, people think this is horrible AI bullshit. Well, let me see what you guys have to say. AI is good with pictures, but not with videos, says Stormier. Nicko says, I love Bring Me the Horizon, but this well. Tommy says, AI has its perks when it comes to small photo edits, but as a photographer, I use it strictly for spot healing and noise reduction. Other than that, it's trash. Fair enough. Fair enough. I definitely think AI has good uses when it's in more of the technical aspect of things and not the creative or human element of it. Griggle says, I'm for smaller bands and people starting solo projects using AI, but if you've got the money to hire an actual artist, you should just do that instead. See, the way I'd see this thing that Bring Me the Horizon is doing right here, isn't it just an Instagram filter? Isn't that not just like the filter of every social media platform's had for quite a long time now? Granted, it's a very good one. You know, it's good quality for real time. It's not just the stupid like dog face floating above them. But I don't see what the big deal is about this situation at all because it's a filter. It's not affecting the sound of the music. It's not affecting how they perform. If you're not looking at the screen, you don't even fucking see it. So I know AI is such like a hot topic right now. People have problems with it no matter what the fuck. As soon as they hear the word AI, the letters AI, then they panic and freak out and think Skynet's coming. But in this case, I don't give a fuck. I feel like I've seen this more or less before. Let me just fly through this crap. Yeah. When it comes to that, I don't see the fucking problem. I mean, I feel like they're playing off the trippy aspect of, hey, AI video works. Yeah. Damn it, where'd the article go? I was just looking at it and then it closed out for some reason. We need to get to the shirts. Someone commented saying that Cattle Decap had an AI video and it didn't bother them. One, I guess, debatable, controversial, not really controversial opinion to bring up now is music videos are fucking stupid for the most part. You rarely see like a very good quality, oh, this was worth being made video. So if a band wants to use AI for a video, I don't care as long as it looks good. But I have seen High on Fire has an extremely terrible AI video out there. Where is this? How did I just fucking lose this? I'm so professional. We're what, 58 episodes in, and I'm still making the most obvious mistakes. Okay, where's this shirt shit? So yeah, I think a lot of people panic at the letters AI, but it's something that's here to stay. It's like having a problem with cars. It's like having a problem with streaming services. You can not like them, but they're not going anywhere. It's going to be used in things. I definitely don't think it should be used in any creative way where that really involves like human emotion, someone creating it. But if it's just some cheap little thing, I don't give a fuck. But this shirt situation does seem kind of shit. So another person called out the band for using AI generated art on their merch. AI generated t-shirts being sold for 80 pounds as part of your clothing label. Fucking ew. That is terrible. Where's more evidence of that? Because if you were giving out AI generated shirts like for free, then I wouldn't have an issue. But if you're charging a ridiculous amount for them, that is horseshit. But where's more than that? Let's see what we find. God damn, nothing wants to work. What the hell? All right, we'll just stop sharing stupid this page then. Would you guys buy an AI generated shirt for $150? Type in AI shirt. I'm getting there. No, I definitely would not buy one either. I would take one if it was thrown at me for free. I wouldn't buy one. An innovation or an overstep. Blah, blah, blah. Backlash escalated when fans discovered AI-generated designs on the band's merchandise, including T-shirts priced at $160. What fucking T-shirt is $160 in the first place? There's not a single T-shirt in the world that's worth $160. I don't care if you dug up the ghost of Leonardo da Vinci and you painted on it. Many felt this undermined the work of talented designers. Mostly for me, I think it rips off fans. That's more what I care about in the situation. You're one of the biggest metal bands in the world and you can't hire an artist. Honestly disgusting. Does anyone have an example of one of these shirts? No. Does anyone know where I can find one? Did anyone buy one? Did anyone steal one? That's a better question. Marco says, I can buy a ton of albums or books with that money. That is the correct thought. That's how you got to look at this. Griegel says, the AI merch is the biggest issue of this, in my opinion. It's lazy and takes money a real artist could have made. Yeah, that's why when it comes to something like that where fans are paying money and everything, I definitely side more on that. I would definitely not want to pay more than like $5 for an AI generated shirt, maybe, and it'd have to be a very fucking cool looking one, maybe from like a friend or something. But the more I think about this, no, that sounds terrible. I could see bootleggers outside of concerts starting to use AI very quickly. Merch is already so overpriced and ridiculous. And now I have to deal with AI shirts too. William says, we've already got AI generated ads. Once ads get a hold of technology, there's no turning back, pretty much. Yeah, I've seen like the Coca-Cola AI generated commercial was terrible. So depressing and gross feeling. Orthodox Metalhead says, using AI metal takes out what its original purpose was, authenticity. Yeah, I completely agree with that when it comes to the music. I absolutely would not use it there. When it comes to simple, like stupid technical shit, I don't have an issue with that. I wouldn't take a Bring Me the Horizon shirt if it was free. Well, that's my answer when it comes to the band in question. I'm talking about AI shirt in general from my favorite band. No, probably not. No, it should cost whatever the material cost, as AI is not intellectual property. Yeah, that's a smart way to look at it. That's what I'm saying. Like, if it's dirt fucking cheap, if you're a very poor kid on the street, can't afford an Iron Maiden t-shirt, fine. You can have a $1 bootleg AI Iron Maiden shirt for your first time. Max Power says, if anything, shouldn't AI decrease the price of shirts since you don't have to pay for an artist? Yeah, exactly. If you're charging that much, what are they going to claim? Like the material of the shirt is worth that? No, it's not. Is it a Balenciaga conspiracy? Wouldn't be their only conspiracy, would it? No further comment on that. But maybe, yeah. Are they not the ones using AI? I'm sure they must have already. Use your life-size Godzilla to crash AI. That comes way later. We have to do the origin story first, and then the first team up, and then AI is like way future. Like we're talking Jason X and like Freddy Goes to Space and all that crap. Xavier says, also Emily Armstrong has said for people to stop making the AI Chester covers as is disrespectful to both of them. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves now, okay? That's as I've said. AI can be used for some decent ways. If it's some stupid comedy thing, I don't care. There's plenty of AI songs on YouTube that are just stupid comedy things that I listen to all the time because I think are hilarious. But if it was or definitely charging for a real shirt, no. It's like, would you pay $20 for like an IMAX ticket to go see a movie that was entirely made out of AI? Of just someone just being like, da da da. Now, granted, it would still probably be a better Star Wars film than Disney would make, but would you pay that much to see it? Would you rather an AI Bring Me the Horizon shirt or the Balenciaga Benediction ripoff shirt? Honestly, the AI Bring Me the Horizon shirt does. I'd still feel gross. I wouldn't feel as gross. Would be my answer. Timlin Basis should get one of the AI girlfriend apps. Timlin Basis should get an AI band at this point. I think that's the only way that he's going to have any hope there. You know, interesting you bring that up because I've had discussions with my friends before that I didn't mean to disappear like that. I meant to do this. I think one aspect that AI can be used for good is actually in therapy and like online therapy type of shit. That is because the online therapy apps like BetterHelp and whatever, all of them, they hire whatever fucking, I hate the term grifter, but let's say amateur who took like a 1 week class on how to be a therapist and now is out there giving people terrible advice that they shouldn't be. I feel like if there was a good, well-made AI that was only focused on like the facts and what's known of medical knowledge and psychiatry, that could be a very useful thing for someone who need to pull up an app, needs help, doesn't know how to contact someone or figure out what the hell's going on. I think perhaps an AI could be good in that situation. It wouldn't replace a full-on actual therapist, but it might be a good like guide type of thing. Do you know what I mean? Because how many of you have tried therapy and how many of you have had shit fucking therapists? Exactly. I would rather talk to C3PO than some of these people. Cotton Ministry says, I didn't click on the wrong one, but I'll read yours anyway. A lot of YouTube channels have AI songs for intros. Joke songs are okay, but unironic AI songs are cringe as fuck. Yeah, 100%. That's what I agree. If it's just a funny joke, no problem. If it's meant to be like an actual serious thing, nah. Basically, any healthcare, mental or physical as well, cancer detection, all that type of stuff, they are using it for. Yeah, see, I think that's a useful thing. So AI doesn't have to completely fuck off, but I'm still looking for any of these AI shirts. Can I find one? Yeah, I'm trying to catch up here. Thank you. I appreciate shouting out to Santa. So we talked on AI. Now it's time to go to the next meme. I will do that in a sec. I'm just trying to double check. I need an example. I guess we could just look at their merch on their website. This is the Bring Me the Her. Oh shit! I almost clicked the wrong button. This is the Bring Me the Horizon merch website. Let's see if any of this looks like AI. Or someone said they deleted their shit, or they deleted the shirt. Was it one shirt? Maybe. I know everyone blames like faces. People immediately think of AI, but I have no idea. De-Evolution vegan leather jacket for $470. Fuck. Ugh. This is gross. Let's go to the next topic. All right, let's talk about real metal shit. That was disgusting. We need to wash that out. Do we have anything funny to play here to get rid of that? Not really. Damn it. Yeah, I would never pay that price for any type of band merch ever. That shit's crazy. Ew, what is that pre-made leather battle jacket? It wasn't even real leather. It wasn't even real leather. Losers. Let's go to actual metal. People were upset that Sick New World they weren't upset that Sick New World got canceled, but they were upset that an appearance of Acid Bath got canceled. They did announce a couple more dates. I wanted to pull that up because a lot of people care about that, and we can talk about real metal right now. Acid Bath is hitting up Sonic Temple Art and Music Festival in Ohio. Welcome to Rockville in Florida. Incarceration Music and Tattoo in Ohio. Louder Than Life is that Kentucky? That's Kentucky, right? Pretty much all the Danny Whitmer events. So probably Aftershock 2 would be my prediction. Who is stoked for Acid Bath reunion? Does anyone plan to go see them? Would you rather spend money on seeing Acid Bath or a $470 Bring Me the Horizon vegan leather battle jacket pre-made? Trust us shitting the bed, not getting them for Milwaukee Metal Fest. It would have been a good call. Would have been a good call. I see some people brought up MGK, and it's funny because I saw that and I thought of mentioning it on here, but then I was like, nah, we'll talk about other shit. But if people are mentioning it, we can laugh at that for a quick second because I thought it was really funny. Xavier Wacko MGK is now on a lonely road. Going down the lonely road I've ever known. Good God. Don't ever type in MGK into Google. You get the most hideous pictures. This is not like a metal thing. Well, he tried to work his way into metal and quickly got like booted out of it. But Megan Fox, Megan Kelly, Megan Fox, and Machine Gun Kelly break up. Why am I covering this here right now? Because it's funny. Because are you telling me that this couple who were taking pictures of like them sucking each other's blood on red carpets and hanging out with their trans kids didn't work out? Whoa, no way. Holy, are you telling me this couple did not make it? Holy fucking shit. If anyone out there wants dating advice, don't get it from this. Yeah. You guys brought it up, not me. You're the ones talking about it. So MGK tried to be pop punk, then Corey Taylor destroyed him. I had the misfortune of enduring an MGK live set the first year I went to Aftershock. I think it was 2021. And I will give credit where it's due. He was an entertaining performer where he was very energetic and like running around and trying to like hype up his crowd. So I give him that. But music wise, no. Relationship advice wise, no. Mega Malarkey says, they seem so fucked up though. Why didn't it work? I don't know. Who can figure it out? It's one of life's great mysteries. So much for blood bonding. Ew, yeah. You might want to get tested after that. That's gross. Their house wasn't big enough for both of their egos. That's a fucking great way to put it. I'll make a note for future dating advice. Don't be MGK. That would be my recommendation, you know. I'm not saying that I'm Mr. Hitch over here, but that would be my tip. Lil Jon is so accurate. They tried to be Angelina and Billy Bob so bad. They found like those tapes of them basically tongue fucking each other on the Hollywood red carpet. And we're like, let's do that. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't work out. It's crazy. Another funny story. This one we're probably gonna have lots of laughs at. Man arrested for getting too drunk and resisting arrest at a Hawthorne Heights show in Disney. Just as God intended. This is America. That is the most fuck yeah, we're back shit I've ever heard in my life. What the hell is wrong with these people hating on this proud patriot over here? Xavier says, welcome to Florida. Was that there or was that here in California? Let's see. Disney Springs, a place for everyone to shop. Enjoy. I think that is Florida. Right? No. Because there's an Orange County here. There's a House of Blues here. Doesn't really matter. Disney Springs, a place for everyone to shop, enjoy some family time, and apparently get bothered by some drunk guy who got thrown out of a Hawthorne Heights show. You mean apparently a place to have your rights stomped on as a freedom-loving American, to be able to get drunk and celebrate at a Hawthorne Heights show in Disney. What did you expect? According to a report by someone, a guy who was 38 was arrested for trespass, disorderly intoxication, and resisting an officer on August 9th. Why are you just covering this now? Damn. Bro was kicked out of the Hawthorne Heights. The Hawthorne Heights, not the Hawthorne Heights show. He was kicked out of the Hawthorne Heights. This story is going to a whole nother level. At the House of Blues in Disney Springs for being too drunk, as if there's such a thing. And that's when trouble started. We're going full Jerry Springer for this article, folks. Too many Busch Lights. 38 is somehow the funniest age for this person. The actual Heights, they toss this motherfucker off a building. This is a tragedy, actually. We're all laughing right now. This is going to be horrible. Jerry. Missile Girl, you've showed up just in time. We are covering the most proudly American man ever who was arrested for being too drunk and resisting arrest. This says at a Hawthorne Heights show. The article says at the Hawthorne Heights, so who knows where this story is going right now. There might be aliens involved. Per report from the arresting officer from the Orange County Sheriff's Office, this fool was tripping. Ryan started to walk towards the exit while swaying toward poles that were placed on the sidewalk in front of the House of Blues, as one does. To prevent Ryan from colluding with the poles and possibly falling and injuring himself, why would you stop that? That's entertainment for everybody. I placed my hand on Ryan's... Oh, this is the cop, right? Yeah. I placed my hand on Ryan's back and started to guide him away from the poles. Ryan reached the front of the restaurant located at the House of Blues, at which time he stopped walking and attempted to lean onto a pole located in front of the establishment. Is there just a video? Do I have to read all this? Officers noted that Bro then started to walk toward families watching a drone show. Like a retarded turkey, just like... To avoid any potential conflict or injuries to bystanders, I grabbed Ryan's left shirt arm to guide him to the closest exit, at which time Ryan pulled his arm away from me, at which point he was resisting arrest and we stomped him to death. At this time, due to Ryan's refusal to follow lawful orders to leave the property at the nearest exit, his intoxication in a crowded public place with several families and persons attempting to enjoy their time at Disney Springs, coupled with the fact that he was asked to leave, I attempted to take Ryan into custody. Neat. Bro then locked his legs to avoid being moved. This is not that exciting at all. The rest involved being shoved into... Okay. Why is this a story? You're supposed to make this so... If you're going to post a boring-ass clickbait story, at least make it fun. You know? I thought this was going to be like he jumped on stage with the band, ripped his shirt off, and started singing to the point where cops ran up on stage. He fought all of them while still screaming. But no, just clickbait. Disappointing. You know what? I have a couple things here. First of all, this is my reaction to this clickbait story. And this is my reaction to the lazy-ass author.
Boo this man!
And for my final thoughts on the story of this proud rock and roll patriot being arrested at Disney against God's will. Give him the final word, Norm.
Now, this might strike some viewers as harsh, but I believe everyone involved in this story should die.
Thank you. Yeah, I had to add a couple more clips I've been wanting to throw on here for a while. The show will just get more entertaining as time goes on. Common metal injection. I'm not saying that you're wrong, because you're not. Next subject. Yeah. Everyone's booing as people are learning well. Un-American. So it's illegal to be fucking awesome? That's what I'm saying. The article should have been titled, Man Arrested for Being Too Fucking Rad at the Hawthorne Heights. Did the Disney drones escape to New Jersey? That's what I would do. That's what I thought, yeah. This guy was trying to stop an possible alien, possibly Iranian, possibly alien Iranian invasion while screaming to America's anthem and against the words of Almighty Christ. These satanic police stopped him. I'm just going off. He was just trying to stop the terrorists. That's what I'm saying. Why would they do such a thing? This is outrageous. He should have beat on Mickey. That might have saved the story. I thought he was going to get arrested by Mickey Mouse wearing a cop uniform. And he's out there screaming Hawthorne Heights songs that I don't know because I'm not lame. But whatever their songs are, he'd be screaming and Mickey Mouse would run out with batons. And then, yeah, this is somehow China's fault. Of course it is. Of course it is. I fucked up my hat. I was going to joke at our last show. I should have worn this and like had it stuck on so then I could finally windmill. Because that's the problem with short hair. Oh, sorry. Can you see by the... Watt slowly turning into Alex Jones, metal Alex Jones. I'll be a comedy version, sure. I love going off on hilarious conspiracy type of shit like that. There's this Instagram page called Fake News Network. Holy shit, that is my favorite page on Instagram. It is so fucking funny. But any more comments on this before we move on to the next subject? Jay-Z, he's slightly metal because of Linkin Park. No, we're not covering that. We got yelled at for talking about pedos last time. We're not doing it again. Yeah, everybody knows that story. Let's go to emotional news, actually, in the metal world that I actually didn't cover yet. One of the biggest, most legendary bands in metal, Iron Maiden, just said goodbye to Nicko McBrain, however you say the name. Longtime drummer of Iron Maiden, longtime awesome dude. Always in interviews, he's very fun and entertaining. This came as a huge shock out of nowhere. I think they announced it like the day of he was going to play his last show. So there wasn't like a build up to it or anything. Nicko also owns Rock and Roll Ribs in Florida, which is a fucking bomb Florida place. It is a Florida place, but it's also a barbecue place. That's really good. Pretty cheap. I recommend it if you're in that area. Iron Maiden drummer retired. That spoilers. That's what we're jumped to right now. Sharon says King Diamond headlining Helsinki Metal Fest. Yeah, I saw that. I might be going to that. Hopefully, we will see. Fingers crossed. Josh L says pissed I didn't get to see Nicko one last time a couple months ago. That sucks. Yeah, he's always killed it. He was the oldest member, right? Because he was like 73 or some shit. I didn't watch this video. Is there sound I'm going to get? Probably. Don't yell at me, Iron Maiden. I'm trying to be nice.
Thank you so very much for all the work you've done for us. And I'm sure you'll all appreciate that I hate you all.
They say I'm sure you appreciate that I paid you all.
So,
Not a bad retirement.
Sao Paulo! Tonight is a very special night, as some of you, I think probably all of you.
It was pretty ballsy of them to not say anything about it until like the day of, right? Playing a video readily available to everyone on a stream. Bruce is going to fly a plane into your house today. I mean, that'd be kind of fucking cool, honestly. I'm not hating on that.
We'll know, because this morning we announced, Nicko announced, that he was stepping back and playing live. So, you know,
He always just seemed in such good spirits. Tommy, take care, man. Thank you for tuning in.
so
Yeah, he earned his retirement.
42 years Nicko has been in this band. He was a drummer before I was a singer. He was a pilot before I was a pilot. And now he's
He owns a bomb-ass barbecue spot in Florida.
not leaving the band, but he's just not playing live with us anymore.
As I said for Rob Halford, he's 73, I think. Many people his age are dead. So the fact that he was doing this up till this point, going out on top, fucking bravo. Well earned, good sir. You can't hate on it.
You do what you gotta do out there tonight to let him know how much he's loved, everybody!
Earn everything.
So, we have a lot more music to get to tonight, and I want the rest of the
Not all about you, Nicko. Some of us need to hear Run to the Hills for the 37th time, okay?
night to be a celebration of Nick, a celebration of the joy that he's brought to everybody around the world, not just here in Brazil, all right? And with that, on we go.
I can see why he would pick Brazil for a last show. It said come to Brazil, and come he did. I didn't mean it like that. I think Iron Maiden could conquer Brazil. I think they could just show up and be like, hey, we're in charge now. And everyone would be like, yes. There wouldn't be, it'd be the most peaceful conquering in history. Hey. '73 wearing flip flops, drumming for Iron Maiden. Cool, thank you for not getting in trouble with copyright with the music. Oh, yeah. Big emotional, cool moment. It is bittersweet, but you can't be like mad either at the same time. It's what a way to go out. Iron Maiden's one of the best bands ever, says Nicko. Bruce, can we please get an editor? Not every song needs to be 10 minutes. No, well, fuck you, then I'm out. I only have so much longer left to live. I can't play Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner again. Fuzzy Fred says, I get that they're legends, but the football team they support is the wrong claret, and blue one simply can't get behind them. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. That's a pretty valid excuse. Chippo says Chile got some crazy fans. Pretty much all of South America goes fucking insane for metal. Like all of those classic Rock in Rio videos are nuts. Nicko the Great Bro is already being crowned Emperor of Brazil. Yep. Pretty much. With how much Brazilians love Iron Maiden and how much they hate their dictator, if he's still there. Yeah, I can see that happening. But, so Iron Maiden did already announce their new drummer. It's the drummer for, I think, Steve Harris's solo band.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
That's all I got on that subject. This little girl says, "Come to Brazil." That'd be funny on a shirt if the like "Come to Brazil" or whatever. What else is there? Is there any other news stories I should cover before getting into fun, controversial metal opinions? I was gonna make a video on that. I mean, this counts, but I thought that'd be a better thing to discuss with people. You guys could share opinions that maybe I haven't thought of or don't agree with or whatever. Because this is a place where everyone can talk without screaming clickbait, internet, and teenage gotchas at each other. What am I looking at? System of a Down announced 3 shows. If anyone out there cares, I guess. Let's see. My cat happened to my chair. What do you mean? This is Rocket's throne. He allows me to use it when I'm working on my videos and slaving away. It sucks because I got this chair like just a couple of months before finding him. And I really like this chair, but that's how it goes. System of a Down with Korn and other bands. Sometimes Avenged Sevenfold, sometimes Deftones. Playing Chicago, New Jersey. You could get Are they System of a Down in New Jersey along with drone UFO things? Something's up. Everyone put your tinfoil hats on. Anyway, yeah. If you care about that, there you go. Cotton Ministry says, I like System of a Down, but I'm not putting up with Korn and Avenged Sevenfold to see them. Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, that's one thing could cover here, actually. Not the Guns N' Roses tour straight up, but one thing they got announced for. Finally, the 2024 Hot Topic shirt tour. There's been several of those throughout 2024. Could make a video on that best nostalgia bait moments of 2024. Kinky Sizemore, what's up, man? Says, pass on SOD, just had to shell out $300 for good AC/DC seats. That is the much better option for sure. Especially because AC/DC might die any day now. Yeah, I'd rather do that. Daniel, Putrid Eternity, what's up, man? I played our clip from our last show at the beginning of the podcast. Yeah, I saw AC/DC once in 2010. They were fucking amazing, honestly. But pause for dramatic effect. Don't want any damn cookies. Fuck off. Wacken Open Air. The biggest, or at least it was biggest, metal festival out there. The most legendary for sure. People call it the Mecca, the Holy Ground, whatever you want to call it. Has every Christmas they announce a bunch of bands. And one band that they announced, the one that they just announced actually, was, if I can find the damn flyer. Shit, this is gonna be a pain. Vakken. Anyone here been to Vakken? I went in 2011, 2012. Fun times. This isn't gonna work, is it? Fuck. Okay, well. Vakken announced Guns N' Roses. And several others. But this would just fucking goddamn work. Where's the poster? Come on. I don't need this like alphabetical order crap. Show me the damn poster. Jesus. Where is that announcement? Anyway, the reason I wanted to bring this up is just because it was surprising to me. I definitely never thought that I would see Guns N' Roses and Papa Roach on Vakken Open Air. It was a festival that used to be headlined by like Motorhead, Celtic Frost, big rare like performances from like Dark Throne and shit. Oh, here it is. God damn, this took so long. The Christmas magic is not helping me. There we go. Fucking hell. So far, Vakken Open Air has Guns N' Roses, Machine Head, Silencio Mortis, Papa Roach. I hate that band. Gojira, Apocalyptica, Saxon, Within Temptation, Dimmu Borgir, Ministry, couple others on here. As with most festivals, the lower you get on the festival lineup, the more awesome it gets. I see Decapitated, 1349, Orange Goblin, Destruction, stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think of Guns N' Roses at Vakken? Would you see that? I am one of the few people who was really excited when Guns N' Roses reformed with Slash and Duff. I saw them twice, and it was brilliant. I loved it. That said, I don't know if I really need to see a show again since I already have. Matt Griffin says 9. No one here interested in Guns N' Roses at Vakken. Damn, I wonder if they'll even have that big of a crowd. I mean, I'm sure it will be. But yeah, there was a day when... well, let me just pull up old Vakken lineup so you can see that better. Yes, because if you guys didn't know, time changes. It's crazy. But let's even go back to like... This is from Vakken 2010. And at the time, this was fucking massive because even this was much bigger than it usually was. Iron Maiden, Alice Cooper, Motley Crue, and Slayer. I'm pretty sure when Motley Crue was announced, it was the same kind of thing where people were like, what? I would never thought Motley Crue would be here, camping in the dirt at Vakken in like 2008 and everything. The headliners were pretty much like Immortal and stuff like that. This lineup is way sicker. I would definitely 100% go with this lineup. But yeah, Linkin Park is at Hellfest. Guns N' Roses is at Vakken. How does that make all the dirty, grimy metalheads feel? Despondent Knight says went to Vakken in 2015. Powerwolf, Bloodbath, Sabotage, Running Wild, Judas Priest, Amorphous were incredible. That's awesome. I love Powerwolf and Bloodbath a lot. Reva says Vakken's all right, but that Hellfest lineup's sick. I wasn't too impressed by it. I mean, there's definitely some killer bands on there, but it's different for everyone for sure. I did do the video on Hellfest, but I could pull it up for a quick sec. But that's the thing is even saying like, oh, I didn't find the Hellfest lineup that impressive. I know that if I went there, there would be plenty of bands that I would see and have a great fucking time with. Stop sending me all the goddamn cookies, internet. What? Boom. Yep. I don't know. Not impressive to me. There is stuff I would see for sure. This Bathory thing, this whole stage right here is pretty fucking awesome. Yeah, and as people mentioned before that, Boris T, the YouTuber, is performing with his band that I can't pronounce. I didn't even register that when I went over the lineup before. That's very cool. Shout out to him. Like there's definitely good shit on there. Doesn't blow me away, but I feel like, you know, I've gone a bunch of times too. If someone's never been before, they would probably see this lineup and go, "Holy shit!" You know. Just interesting shit. Yeah, where's this going? I remember you asking the lineup for the Bathory tribute band that will play on Hellfest. Consists of E from Watain, Ivor Bjornsson, Blasphemir, Apollyon, and Faust. Cool, that would be sick. That sounds brutal as fuck. And that's the thing about Hellfest is, yeah, like while Linkin Park is playing, someone like Bathory tribute would be playing too. So there's options. It's not like you'd be stuck there and be like, oh God, I have to suffer through all these horrible acts. How old are the Sex Pistols at this point? They've been reanimated for this tour, actually. They, after Biden dropped out and they were just done with them, they had like, well, we have all this leftover adrenaline for use. What should we do with it? We're like, hey, let's get the Sex Pistols to go back on tour. Nostalgia is the thing now, so yeah. I don't know. I would see them just, you know, to say that I saw them, but yeah. Josh Ellis says I'll try to make the Philly date of the Melvin's Napalm tour. That would be cool. Napalm Death, always been one of my favorite bands. Lots of Viagra. Yeah, they just actually grind it up and then yeah, Matt Griffin, don't believe Johnny Rotten is with it, but you could still say I saw it. Xavier, how many times are you going to comment this in the chat? Hellfest having Linkin Park as a headliner is weird. How heavy is this set going to be then? Coming from a Linkin Park fan who knows they got some heavy songs in their backlog. Yeah, it will be all right, but I feel like plenty of other stages will have bigger crowds, a lot more stuff going on. I feel too young to listen to Sex Pistols. That's what your grandfather's drug-addicted friends were listening to back in the day. Was there anything else to pop up? Because I have the main subject. Were there any others you want to do? Let's move on to Pistols Recruit new singers a bit more angry. I didn't even check out what they sound like now at all. Yeah, where are we going? The main subject for the podcast now that we're an hour and 15 minutes into it, and I'll definitely be clipping this into a video, is most controversial metal opinions, aka hot metal takes, spicy opinions, whatever you want to call them. I thought it would be fun to go over what I consider my controversial opinions and what you guys do too. I wrote a couple of them down, and it can be things from like you think. Well, let's start with where. Feel free to just, start in the comments below, and then we will go. Do. Which one do we want to bring up first? That would be a good one to start with. This will be my first controversial opinion regarding heavy metal is that a lot of current day metal's whole be true to yourself, don't take any shit, like be independent, think for yourself, stand up and like be proud is horseshit. Nowadays, it's been morphed into like what metal started as a free expression, and that has been morphed into basically a commercial aspect of the business. And I say that because I see all the time bands on stage saying that type of shit, being like, throw your fist up if you don't give a fuck, and like don't take shit from anyone. And they are completely soullessly obedient to their managers, to their record label, to their own fans many times. If they have a really shit fan base that's jumps up, like Spirit Box, when they got harassed when they got announced for going on tour with Falling in Reverse, and their fans like chastise them off the tour, shit like that. This happens all the time, more than you would fucking think, honestly. Yeah, I don't know where I wanted to really go with that, but it's just so much of the metal scene nowadays. I mean, you could argue maybe it always was, maybe it just got worse or changed over time, but a lot of it is so fucking conformist. A lot of metal and this band going up on stage saying like, don't take shit from anyone, think for yourself, like blah 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 blah. That band goes backstage and gets whipped by their record label, and then the fans are all like, fuck yeah. And then one person in that crowd says something that wasn't approved of by the audience, and then they all turn and swarm and attack them. Or not even that, someone just says like, hey, I think of this differently, as I've experienced in my comment sections often. Yeah, metal talks, a lot of metalheads talk about welcoming everybody, being independent, fucking not being a conformist, when they're just following right in their own little line. It might not be the most mainstream vanilla noticeable one, but it still is just another herd going along. And that's not to say everybody, there's always exceptions to basically everything, but this is not me saying like all of metalhead is fucking like this, but I see a lot of it, unfortunately. And it makes a lot of that whole be true to yourself aspect of metal nowadays kind of come off as a shtick, which a lot of times it is. And King Crow says, comment unfathomably paced Wyatt win. Thank you. I appreciate that. Be yourself, just like us, or else. That's a fucking great way to put that, seriously. It really is. Hang on, I'm better catching up. Everyone's just giving hilarious opinions on other stuff. Oh my fucking god, I didn't put this on my list, but the bassist, thank you. I am going to go off on a tangent right now that I did not plan. Look, Liquid Death has neat cans. They work with metal bands. Neato. It's water. They sell water. They sell overpriced aluminum tasting water. I don't give a fuck if they worked with Gate Creeper. or whoever, obituary, undeath, whatever. I am not paying extra for aluminum water. This is the fucking most ridiculous shit I have ever seen. I get it's funny, it's neat, it's a gag. That's it. How did this gag company become worth like fucking billions of dollars? It would be a funny, neat, thing, but people buy cases of liquid death at shows and shit they have. It's fucking water. Would you buy a metal box of air that was sponsored by Crypta or fucking Iron Maiden or whatever? I mean, come on. Wait, liquid death is water? Soylent Green is people. They turned those cans into can-do. Exactly. I understand the business side of it and credit where it's due for them. It's water. Liquid death is the Dogecoin of metal. Fucking thank you. It stays in business because Jesus fucking Christ. It is a money grab. It's a funny gimmick, It works if you're at a party and you don't drink and you don't want to feel awkward. You can hold it and sip out of it and pretend like you're cool like everyone else, but no. Valderig says, I did buy some Iron Maiden beer set once. Wasn't bad. Still use a glass. That's different. That's beer. Beer plays a part. It gets you drunk. You feel like the band may have played a part in actually making it because Iron Maiden probably did. It's water. They also sell carbonated sodas as well. That's different. I wouldn't try that, but beer, good. That's pretty much, that's the only takeaway to get out of this little tangent I just went on. Beer, good. Even though I might not drink anymore, I can still cheer on others. Oh, Substitute Metal says, hot take, I think emo bands are a tad bit better than glam metal bands. I would be welcome to hear your explanation. I don't know if I would agree, but I would be willing to hear you out. Sharon says, I grew up in the 70s. A totally underrated rock band was Grand Funk Railroad. You guys should check them out. Yeah, if you don't, you definitely should. Great recommendation there. It is a grift and extortion. Also, Ice Mountain is the best water. Matt Griffin's like, Flint, baby. I'm on that dirty shit. I want all them chemicals. How else are you going to get those superpowers, Kinky Sizemore says, controversial opinion. Testament sounds like Mud live, and I refuse to see them ever again, like one long hum. You must have went to a really shit venue, because I've seen Testament plenty of times where I thought they sounded great. And I've stood right in front of them. Have you seen them at like different places, or just have like a really bad experience at that venue? Because that has not been my experience. William Buckley says Jared Way and Kip Wigner should box each other for emo glam supremacy. When I saw King Diamond at the YouTube Theater recently, King gave a speech on how his band was here for Thanksgiving, and a friend invited them over and met their family, and they had this whole Thanksgiving feast. And he goes, so we want to give a huge thank you to Gerard Way. I'm pretty sure it's what he said. Apparently King Diamond spent Thanksgiving with Gerard Way, according to him. What's your opinion on Screamo versus None for singing? I mean, I hate the Screamo sound in general, but that does bring up one opinion that I wrote down for me. I most of the time, 90% of the time, I fucking hate it when bands combine both extreme vocals and clean singing. It's not that it can't be done, it's that most of the time when it's done in this really, I call it crycore way, where it's like, I'm really aggressive, don't fuck with me. And then they're like, and now I'm singing because I'm sensitive on my parole. You know? And I cannot stand it. It's an immediate no to me. I can tell whenever I check out a band, put on a new video, I'm like, the clean vocals are coming right here, and they always do. And I'm like, fuck off. I know that's hot shit right now. A lot of people like that. There's lots of bands that people respect that do that. I hate that shit. And mostly when it's in the style of like metalcore, it's more the core aspect, I think, really, that does it. Because like Devin Townsend does it and does it well. I don't have any issue when he does it. There are plenty of vocalists that can do both styles. But man, I can't fucking stand it when a band is I can't fucking stand it, when a band goes into cry mode in the middle of it sounds like just a high school douche, like frat bro aggressiveness, and then, but now I'm crying. Fuzzy Fred says, how good a band is live is the most important thing to me about a band. I 100% agree. Like, if a band has a reputation for being bad live, I avoid them. Yeah, if a band had a really good record but had that reputation, I might still listen to the record. But I definitely agree with that. More than anything, I want to see how a band is live. I agree with, there was a quote from Lemmy who was like, if you don't play live, you're not a real rock and roll band. And I was like, yep, that's pretty much how I feel. I want to play live as a musician. I want to listen to how the band is live to hear what they can really do. I fucking love so many great live albums that are out there. Sleep Token is R&B with obnoxious breakdowns every now and then. 100%. How would you categorize Sleep Token? Boring as shit is how I would categorize them. I tried to give him a chance. That's the same type of thing. As soon as the vocals kicked in, I was like, nope. I like emotional songs, but not to the point of like, you broke my heart and I'm gonna pull a Taylor Swift. King Crow says, my two hot takes: Ghost is astroturfed horse shit, and Lars was right and based about digital music. For the most part, yeah, I would say I would agree. I do not understand how Ghost got as huge as they are. I did like them when they came out. Their third album really got me, and I saw them live during that touring cycle and loved it. And then they took a huge drop off. That's when Tobias kind of pulled a coup and took over the band and kicked everybody out. When that whole thing started and the Nameless Ghouls were suing him, there was an interview where the members were saying that Tobias basically behind their back took over everything legally and without telling him. And Tobias's answer to that, I saw in an interview, he basically was like, yeah, I did. I was able to do that, so I did. I was like, all right. Damn. Lars was right. Yeah, honestly, I mentioned that in a video before, and I got a bunch of retard comments of people being like, oh, you're gonna back Lars. I'm like, no, look at what bands make now. Look at how much of a disaster touring is, let alone album sales and shit. Yeah, he was 100% right. As much as I utilize streaming, he was still right. as short as he is, he was still right. Rare Lars win, yeah, pretty much. Night Fox says, hot take, Ronnie Radke is the modern day Axl Rose without having the misfortune of being Axl Rose. He tries. He's doing his best. That's a good comment. That was one of my hot takes that I did write down. Is that will piss people off immediately. Hang on, let me write down exactly what I said. My hot take, Ronnie Radke is not a bad person. You get such hate from people as soon as you mention the name of people who don't like him for his personality, which is completely fine and understandable. You know, I don't give a fuck if someone's not a fan of Ronnie Radke or finds him annoying. Fine. That, you know, that's a personal opinion. But the amount of retarded comments you get from people are like, he's a mass murderer, he abuses people, like he's the worst person out there. I've made videos of, you know, talking about shitheads in music on like the Timbaland bassist did a video, the Sadist guy, and I think both times got comments from people being like, oh, they should he would be great hanging out with Ronnie Radke. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's just, it's weird how much people hate him. And for people who say that he's untalented, that is just cope from not liking him. Again, find him annoying, fine. I personally think he's kind of funny. But if you find him annoying, whatever. But he does all types of music. He does the metal vocals, the emo, which, but he raps. It's the guy undeniably has talent, whether you like him or not. And I find it so strange that people just freak the fuck out over him when he's nowhere near a worse, like, dangerous musician out there. There's so many other people that people happily listen to those bands that have members that are provably worse than Ronnie Radke. Lil John says, I think he's a fucking idiot. However, I did catch him at a fest like a decade ago, and he put on a hell of a show. See, I think that is a perfectly fair criticism. I don't really think he's a fucking idiot. He acts immature, but that's a personal opinion. So that's fine. You're not being like, oh, he's the most dangerous fucking evil person out here. He just kills everybody at his shows. Yeah. Besides that, like, whatever. I'm trying to see if I missed any good stuff on here. Josh L says, apart from a few bands, hardcore sucks. That's probably my most controversial opinion. I would tend to agree. There's very few that I like. I love the shit out of Sick of It All, if you count them. But newer stuff like Knocked Loose and everything, it's not for me. I'm not going to give people shit if they're a fan of it. I'm not going to like point and laugh, but it does not work. I feel like Stan in that South Park episode when he's just hearing shit sounds. Wait, I saw a funny one I need to catch up on. William says, hot take, bassist, change your freaking strings or you're getting replaced with tracks. 100%. Xavier says, Axl Rose, Fred Durst, and Ronnie Radke are the trinity of metal goofballs. That sounds like the most fun weekend in Vegas I've ever heard of. I want that to be my bachelor party. That sounds like a blast. We'll invite Hunter Biden too. That will just be loads of fun. Xavier says, my opinions, Emily is a good vocalist, Falling in Reverse is a good band, and emo and pop punk are the same genre. Also, Motley Crue should retire. Lars is an okay drummer, and Elitist are Swifties. I disagree about Emily. I agree about Falling in Reverse. The emo one's just kind of, yeah. Motley Crue should have been retired a long fucking time ago. Disgusting that they even came out. Brian Garris from Knocked Loose sounds like Mickey Mouse being castrated. It does kind of give off that vibe. It doesn't have the Fry screams that I like. It has the I'm getting my balls beaten with an ice pick sound. It's not for me. Substitute Metalhead says, hot take, it's okay to buy merch from outside vendors than inside merch due to pricing, unless you want to support the band. I am definitely not above doing that. I would say that when it comes to huge bands, like playing arenas, yeah, I am going to do that. I don't care. If it's like small bands who actually could use the money and need the help, then definitely I would reconsider that. But I hardly ever buy band merch anymore just because of the fucking pricing. I don't want to spend $35, $40 on a fucking t-shirt. That is stupid. I remember when they were 20 and 25. Oh, God damn it. Here's another one that I wrote down. Another one of my controversial hot takes. Most metal nowadays is actually afraid to offend, afraid to push the line, afraid to take shots and actually be outrageous and controversial. Now, back in the day, back in the 70s, 80s, even 90s, I think it's fair to say that a lot of the Western world was much heavier under like a Christian iron grip. So things like Satanism and songs that are just blatantly demons from hell, woo, were a lot more shocking and crazy at the time. Now, in 2024, when you see bands doing it, isn't it kind of lame? Is there a good newer band of the last 10 years that sings about like Satan and demons where you're actually like, whoa, they're saying something, or they're actually like good? It's like I said, metal was built from authenticity, and then like everything, it's kind of gone into its own kind of conformist lane, I guess you could say, because you stand up on stage and offend Christians now. Ooh, who gives a shit? Where bands that are singing songs that are offensive to like Muslims or Jews or other countries or other religions, you know, there's more. There's other things that people really freak the fuck out about that metal bands don't touch at all. So, yeah, it's that's one thing. Like that kind of does go along with the like standing up for yourself, being true, being independent, but then you're only touching on the subjects that you're allowed to. You're only offending the groups that you've been offending forever. It's not impressive anymore. I'm not even saying like, you know, stop, leave them alone. I'm not saying that. I'm saying like spread the hate. Be equal opportunity offenders. What's the issue? You know, I want to hear songs about like we killed Jesus and then we killed Muhammad and blah. No one's off limits. So yeah, it's metal's gonna. That's what you see that nowadays in my comment sections when I get these stupid ass comments from people being like, "I can't believe you were mean about this band," or "You said a joke that was really offensive." So it's like you can sing songs about smashing people's faces in with a hammer and setting nuns on fire, and that's fine. But then saying something deemed, you know, offensive nowadays is a problem. Saying something that people could deem as transphobic or Islam is xenophobic, fucking whatever, rather than just, I feel like everyone should be on the chopping block equally. Metal needs more hate. It just needs to be spread. That's all I'm saying. Christians won't bomb the place usually. Yeah, well, so do it anyway. We need a modern day G.G. Allen. I mean, I don't know about like criminally assaulting people, but I mean in terms of like offensiveness. Yeah. Everyone is wood chipper material, to quote myself from last week. That's a good way to put it. Yeah. Poop yourself on stage. Yeah, that's. I mean, someone did piss on someone a couple of years ago. That one chick in that band. Pervertin says, I don't agree with racial hate. Religious hate isn't my forte, but I won't complain. I mean, I don't agree with either, honestly. But I also feel like if one group has been deemed okay to make fun of, write lyrics on in an offensive way, then I feel like, all right, then everyone's on the table. And without meaning, Cannibal Corpse doesn't mean their lyrics of rape and torture and kill. I'm not saying there should be like a fucking, Ku Klux Klan band out there or anything, but I'm just saying like it's expected. Oh, we're an offensive metal band because we say fuck yeah, Satan. It's like no one cares. Nobody cares anymore. Kinky Sizemore says, wonder if anyone in here has the balls to say Saint Anger is not one of the worst albums of all time. Well, you see, that's a trick question because it was, but then Lulu came out and it got upstaged. Pervertin says, that's what my thinking was. As a Jew, I want to hear some crazy things about us that could be metal as hey. See? That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm all for that. I think it's fun. It's funny people mentioning Saint Anger right now. Before I'd ever heard that album or song, I'd been told that it was terrible. And then I remember putting on the song, and the beginning has a pretty good drum, like, fast part. And I was like, what are people saying? This sounds cool. And then it immediately was like, oh, nope, never mind. Holy shit. It's like getting in a decent car that just explodes immediately. Xavier says more rappers should be in metal, handled in a good way with the offensive and crazy stuff. It's funny because part of me completely agrees with gatekeeping, but part of me also agrees that like rap could be really good with metal if done in a good way. Usually it's just really shittily thrown together, like the rap's just layered on top of an already done song. If they were actually built together and intertwined, I think it could be really good. Like there's a little band out there that actually did this really well, you might know of, called Limp Bizkit. Oh my god. Funny you guys should mention that. Me and William Buckley here did that's a good comment actually. Body Count set the standard pretty well. Me and William Buckley did a parody Chris Barnes cover a while ago that I don't think I ever played for you guys before. If I could even find it. That's like buried in the depths of the internet. Limp Bizkit, as an example, is a wild card. Everyone would say Linkin Park. Yeah, I think that's a better answer. Or a more serious version of it. Night Fox says, someone should convince the Amish to make a metal band just to see what happens. I would be all for it. That would be awesome. If you guys are really going to keep testing me with this shit, fine. Let me find it. We're in the middle of controversial topic. I'm trying to get canceled, and you guys just want to hear funny shit. I never put this on the metal channel because it would kind of be outdated now, but maybe I should. I can't even find my old channel. Jesus Christ. I found it. Jesus Christ. Well, this is unexpected. So, hang on, I'm dying. Do you guys remember that interview Chris Barnes did a while ago where he said every death metal band sucks except me, modern death metal sucks. He went off on a whole bunch of stuff at the same time that his horrendously atrocious album came out. Do you guys remember this story where he was shitting on a bunch of bands? That you probably do with all the comments. Well, Sir William Buckley in the comments here, and I, and our other friend, Arnie, I believe, made this song, 72 Inches Beneath, with a song called Physically Ill, a Chris Barnes parody. This is me on vocals, and I actually tried to mimic his vocals as much as I could. It's getting there. Remember, this is me.
I just lost a technical podcast. It may be physically ill. And I despise all this such a happy time. And here to play that game. Every death metal vocalist sucks except me.
I forgot about that part.
I have to need to jump on the bed. Oh, I'm done. No thanks, brother. Hello, to know. Every death metal vocalist sucks except me. I'm just not patient up.
I totally forgot about that shit. Yeah, that was us immature kids back in the day. That guitar, though. Yeah, that was all William Buckley up there. That his vocals were a challenge. I can do real death metal fine. Doing Chris Barnes actually does hurt your voice. That's funny. I never pulled that up on this channel before. Should just re-upload it, but it's out of date. That article's old. I feel like people wouldn't get it. Did I just listen to a 6 Feet Under song? Yes. That's all I'm going to answer. Yes. This is true. Like I said, I feel like Chris gets a little more piggy with his E's, like a pig squealing. Well, I live in California. We don't have pigs readily available. I couldn't just go find one for the recording. He tricked us into listening to a 6 Feet Under song. That was my plan. Chris Barnes actually paid me to sneak that in as paid advertisement. Anyway, it's like one of those YouTube videos made back in 2009. That's kind of what it was at the time. Why is this not popping up? Yeah. What else? I definitely had other controversial takes I want to bring up on here. Oh, here's a good one. Bands lie to you all the time. This can continue along with my a lot of the shtick of be true and not give a shit, and it's all about the fans. The amount of times that bands and like PR people lie to fans all the time of like, this tour suddenly got canceled due to unforeseen circumstances, or a member getting kicked out, all of this falling on hard times and the problem happening where they need to start a GoFundMe. Like I said, not every time not that a band puts up a GoFundMe is it a scam or anything. Not every time a tour gets canceled it was actually some bullshit reason, but it happens a lot. Yes, we did record real drums. No, we didn't use AI at all. Tim Lambisis would never lie to us. Bands lying to you. Example 1, Mike Shinoda. Example 2, anything good about Motley Crue. Pretty much. Yeah. Like Tank has covered before how venues are with their merch fees. Sometimes it's really shit. It is a genuine problem. But sometimes there are bands who capitalize off of that and start their own like separate shady tip thing on the side, or tell fans a certain thing that might not be true. Reunion tours, that's a huge one. That's a fucking huge one. We're like, some band did come out and admit recently that some farewell tour they did was 100% just to get people to buy tickets. I am serious, and Don't Call Me Shirley. One of the funniest movies of all time. Yeah. That one band that faked cancer recently. There you go. Not saying it happens all the time, but it does. I think Category 7 also just announced their cancellation of their tour claimed by Exhorter. I don't know about that. Unforeseen circumstances, sick new world. You mean 10 million for Scientology books and trash cans for Lars? Yeah. As much as I worship at the altar of King Diamond, he canceled a lot of shows on this most recent tour, and the only excuse for any of it was due to unforeseen circumstances. And the rumor going around everywhere was that they weren't selling well. The show I went to was pretty packed, but that was in LA, which is pretty much a given. So that's one example. I feel like it's kind of disrespectful to fans to just give a, hey, cancel it, sorry. I mean, I would rather hear even a, it didn't sell well, we're trying, but it's not, it would screw us if we did go out there. I understand that more than just being like, I didn't work out. In this economy, I understand why a band would do a reunion tour just to make money. Fair enough. That's actually a decent answer. William Buckley, narrator. The circumstances were, in fact, foreseen. Not having the money is, in fact, a foreseen circumstance. Kinky Sizemore says, I think the King Diamond tour was a disaster. There may have been 300 people at the 1,000-seat plus seat theater in Louisville. Damn. Yeah, that's what I heard, which fucking sucks. The LA one was good, but the LA show's gonna be good for pretty much everybody. That's a bummer because I worship King, but I feel like he just doesn't get the respect. attention nowadays that I feel he's deserving of, but that sucks. Where am I? Do. Night Fox says, "You want controversial? Fine, let's have Death Clock. Do what they did on the show, but for real this time, and have a show on the border of Syria and Israel, assuming one of them is still around. I support this notion. Let's drop a metal festival right in the middle of the Middle East war, and that will cause everyone to come together in peace and harmony." That would work. I said in one of my streams before that we need a wall of death, that on one side is Russia and the other side is Ukraine. And that is how we solve this problem. Because all the overly aggressive ones get knocked out immediately. Then all of the more friendly ones just band together in brotherhood of metal and world peace across the land. You're welcome. Savior of metal speaks again. Exactly. Like the South Park episode where Van Halen comes in. Exactly. That would be my plan. Mega Malarkey says, controversial opinion, metalcore is the pop music of metal. That's not controversial, it's fact. That is just a fact. That's why I can't dig it. It's so much of current day metal, especially what's hot in America, is just so processed, neatly packaged, put together to not be as rough around the edges as possible. But yeah, a lot of metal nowadays, as soon as I turn it on, I can tell if I'm actually gonna be connected with it or not. Josh L says, it was rough seeing King Diamond cancel all those dates when they skipped Philly, and he always gets a huge crowd here. Yeah, man, I don't know. It sucks. I'd say maybe it's the tour, but like people still like Overkill a lot. They killed it at Milwaukee Metal Fest. If we put together if they put together a really hot tour that had King and some other like current bands, maybe that would work, but I don't know. It is a bummer. What else did I write down? That's most of them. I've got two more. This one's mentioned now is pretty light. The other one I think is probably my most controversial one, but I think we'll add for a good discussion. Hopefully, maybe we're all tired and we want to just go drink eggnog and watch Christmas movies. I might do that later. That actually sounds nice. With December, Christmas time, it's so hard not to be lazy. I've been sitting around playing Hogwarts Legacy, being just the evil Sith Lord that I can be in that game. It's hard to be productive now. Metalheads are like bears. We're just hibernating with beer and entertainment. Anyway. Look. Blood Red said, is it controversial to say deathcore sucks? It's one of the most samey metal subgenres ever. Same band just takes all the stuff that made Suffocation Cryptopsy and made it shit. I wasn't expecting that ending. Yeah, I mean, I'm picky with the word sucks. To me, sucks means like you are untalented. And it's hard for me to say that deathcore bands, metalcore bands are untalented. Even if I hate their music, most of the time they're talented. But I don't like the sound most of the time, to be fair. It sounds so like, okay, we're going to get the heaviest drop we can and the most TikTok-worthy brutal scream. But that's it. It's not really pushing an envelope. It's just like, okay, how loud can this bomb go off this time? But it doesn't impress me. It doesn't move me. And it does for other people. I have plenty of friends who listen to bands like that. And there's always mixes. Like I do like Slaughter to Prevail for the most part. But as a whole, I don't really like deathcore much at all. Path of Exile 2 is all I've been doing this week. Nice. I got an early Christmas gift, birthday present for myself. I bought the Steam Deck. Dude, fuck the Nintendo Switch. The Steam Deck blows that shit out of the water. I can pick it up right now and play Halo 2. Fucking best thing ever made. Anyway. Irish Marauder says, someone needs to make heavy metal Christmas movie. That would be awesome. That could work if it's done well. Does Krampus count? Because it's awesome. There's no metal in it, but it's just dark and cool as shit. I have a metalcore friend. I don't know what you're talking about. Fuck the Steam Deck. Get a ROG. Ali shits on. I don't even know what that is. I'm not the most hippest gamer, but anyway. What did I want to bring up? Oh, my light take that I mentioned before, actually. Signs at concerts are awful. I hate when you see someone with a sign saying, like, can I play this song on guitar or whatever? It was cute when it first happened. Some kid with cancer holding up a sign, wanting to play a guitar riff before they died. You know, very emotional. Everyone can support that. But now you see it so often. You see it all the time. And it's awkward. It's not cute anymore. It's awkward. You're trying to like take over the show for yourself. It's really weird. Like if you are a Make-A-Wish kid, you can hold up a sign at a concert. Otherwise, don't hold up a fucking sign. It's lame. It's stupid. Don't do it. You're pissing off people around you. If the band doesn't acknowledge it, you're going to feel bummed out. The band does acknowledge it. It's kind of lame. King Crow, unless you are terminally ill or disabled, leave your sign the fuck home. 100% agree. I 100% agree with that statement. It's like, okay, you're just like some dude now who learned to play the riff. You're going to interrupt the entire show. All right. You know, if the band just happened to pull you up, fine. But yeah, that shit's lame as fuck. We're being invaded. What? Night Fox says, I saw a kid with a sign at Aftershock that said, who wants to join me in the kids' mosh pit? What the fuck? Oh, you mean like just a little kid? Okay. Maybe that's better than... Yeah. William Buckley says, absolute inverse of that. I saw In Flames in 06 or something. Andrew saw a dude in front talking smack. Why would you do that? Then pulled him up on stage and said, okay, you sing this one instead. Then he just left. That is ballsy. I would have loved to have seen that. That's hilarious. Culturally appropriating dying kid culture. Jesus Christ. We're better than this, people. Come on. Chipo says, I saw this vid recently. I forgot where or what band it was on. But there was this activist interrupting a vocalist for some political reason and got the vocalist mad and left the stage early. Yeah, don't fucking do that ever. Whatever your political opinion is on anything, don't fucking do that, you piece of shit. If I was playing a show and someone did that for a cause that I 1000% agreed with, I would still want to kick him in the head. That's fucking bullshit. I can't stand that shit. Main character syndrome is a son of a bitch. Exactly. Know your place. Everyone can have their moment on stage, but doesn't mean every moment is. God damn it. Don't throw things at musicians. For instance, some random guy throwing mustard packets at Mike Sonoda. That's weird. Yeah, definitely don't do that. You will get musicians pissed off. The band doesn't want your garbage. Yeah. Mega Malarkey says, crowd killing is cringe, and I'm not talking about in the pit, but don't just assault people outside of the pit. Yeah. If it's a show that doesn't call for that, there is entire like underground scenes where that's just fucking what they do. And I'm not gonna go to like a hardcore show and complain about that happening, but at the same time, I'm probably not gonna go to that show and stand near the people who are doing that because I agree. I don't want to get hit in the face like that. I like the movement of the mosh pit. I'm not there to just get fucking fists thrown into my eye. One not really controversial. It's a fact for anyone who's had the experience. Punk shows are far more violent than metal shows. 100%. You will get way more injured moshing at a punk show than you will at a fucking metal show. People always think metal is the most extreme. No. It's punk shows. Nightland says, I think I speak for everyone when I say if you're not at a hardcore show or whatever, the fuck don't suplex people, you barbaric ape. Yeah, 100% I agree with that. You know? If it's a thing that's just known that's going to happen at the show, then fine. But yeah, don't come to a metal show, metal festival doing that and people lose their shit. At Metal and Beer this past year, some douchebag was hardcore dancing for Crowbar. That's weird. I mean, express your love of music however you want, but that's not really fitting, I think. Sam says, too much metal has become mainstream and commercialized. Yep, that's exactly what I was saying. All of the, like, be true to yourself, don't take any shit, but our manager told us we have to do this, and the record label wants this, and our fans want this, and we have to do what's approved of. We're not actually challenging. Time heals nothing, especially this. Kicks wheelchair kicks here. William says, I might have been roundhouse kicked at more than one hardcore show, but I've only ever broken a bone at Twilight Force. That's a you problem. That's more of a Buckley conundrum than it is things that are actually going to happen. This man did play in a hardcore band to some crazy crowds, and he broke his foot prancing for Twilight Force on the deck of a cruise ship. It does happen. Survival of the fittest at punk shows. That is 100% what it is, yeah. You know, at metal, it's like there's the pit, but besides that, you're pretty much fine. Punk it is more likely to just spread out everywhere and just go crazy. My dad and mom used to go to punk shows at CBGB's back before I was born. Those are real hardcore people. Mom almost got brain damage from getting hit in the head. Punk shows are pretty violent. Yep. That's what I'm saying. That does not surprise me at all. But punk shows are World War I battlefields. I mean, there are metal shows like that too. Slayer shows were fucking insane for sure. Anyway, my last controversial topic, the one I want people's opinions on because it does appear to be quite a hot take nowadays, I think. Racism in metal. No, don't click X. I'm not going on a woke tirade here because I strongly disagree with the notion that metal has a racism problem. A lot of people who are big into metal always like to tout that metal has an underlying racism problem, that it's, you know, a white people thing and minorities aren't welcomed in or whatever fucking garbage. Cancel speedrun. We're done. Bye, everyone. My channel's been deleted. Nah. So. Now, this comes up in articles, conversations often whenever there's some event where there's some concert, article comes up, oh, someone said a thing that was offensive or whatever. Now, are there racist people in the world? Yes. Is there a baby kitty walking behind me? Also, yes. Anyway, of course, there are racist people in the world, which is not fun. I like more diverse groups of people, actually diverse, not the fucking woke, like, takeover of the word, but actually different ones, which is why I push back against this, because metal is one of the few genres where people from other cultures can actually bring in elements of their culture into the music. Bands like Bloodywood, bands from all of Scandinavia, bands from South America, there are bands from Africa, there's bands from the Middle East, and all of these bands are metal. Fucking asshole is really annoying. I don't know if you can hear that sound. And all these bands are metal. They count as really metal. And they bring this unique cultural aspect into it that you don't really find in other genres of music. If you find it in like pop or rap, it's really processed, pandering garbage like you see with pretty much all Hollywood entertainment nowadays. I feel like metal is one of the few places that actually embraces real, genuine diversity of culture, which is why I do push back strongly on this whole notion that metal has a racism problem. If some white person at a metal show is a dick to a black guy, does that really mean that there's a racism problem in all of metal? Or does it mean that that guy is a dickhead? Because if I'm at a show and one person does one thing that's stupid, I don't see how that's a reflection on me, on other people at the show. I view it as that guy's a fucking dickhead. You know? Clearly, you can see my skin color. I'm quite pale. But that said, I've never been to a show where there was a big racist problem where I saw people were getting harassed because of their race or anything. Especially nowadays, it's hard to take any of those reports seriously because anything can be seen as racism nowadays. If someone says they experienced racism at a metal show, did they actually, or did someone say something that they thought was a microaggression, or they interpreted something wrong? I saw a while ago, I don't know if this really counts as on like the races. Well, kind of, but there was this viral thing going around a couple months ago that some girl was harassed and chased out of a concert. Maybe not chased out, but I think was encouraged to leave because she had a Burzum patch on her jacket. And everyone I saw was shitting on this person, saying like, oh, they're a Nazi band, Varg is a white supremacist, so she should know better and bullshit. And I was like, that's fucking repulsive. I don't like Burzum, I don't like Varg, but I would absolutely never try to make someone feel uncomfortable and try to leave because they had a fucking Burzum patch on their jacket. So that's what I mean. If someone says they experienced racism at a concert, did they actually experience someone being racist to them, which I would say go ahead and punch them in the dick if that's the case, or was someone wearing a Burzum patch and they got upset? You know? It just I've seen that go around a lot, and I've been to metal festivals all over the world. I've talked with metalheads from all over the world. I've fucking I love studying other cultures and seeing like the African metal scene is really fucking cool to me. And so maybe it's because I view it on a more like global picture of the whole big picture. How does metal have a racism problem if it's that international and cultural? Some people maybe view it just from their own. Maybe they went to one show and someone was an asshole to them. And I'm not cool with that. I don't support racism, if that needs to be said. And quite funnily enough, I'm actually a better non-racist than any of the like woke people try to argue, because I have had actual conversations with people who are self-proclaimed racist about the merits of racial supremacy in any form. And I don't agree with it. Taking out the rage of like, that's fucking horrible. I'm looking, okay, just on paper, it mathematically doesn't make sense to me. And I've had that conversation with people. So yeah, it's maybe because I view it like that. I posted something about this one time, and someone left a comment saying that you might know a few select cool people who aren't racist, but metal overall does have a racism problem still. And I was like, no, you might know a few dickheads in your area, but metal as a whole is fine. I don't know of any places where anyone who's not white would not be allowed. You know, I mean, there are, quote, neo-Nazi black metal bands and shit. And you can have a problem with that. I'm not going to tell you not to. But that's not a main thing in metal. Those bands aren't on major festivals. They're not on major tours. It's a really, like, niche, very underground thing. I just push back heavily on that notion that that metal has a racism problem. Strongly disagree. Maybe people are confused by that because I also say that metal is not a genre that was just for white people. It was started in England in like the 70s when the population was mostly white, but it was started with African-made instruments, and they were inspired by blues artists and jazz artists and shit. Yeah, taking out all of the rage from media that people are supposed to be like, you know, kill all racists at any motion, like lose your fucking head over it. I'm just like calmly looking at it on paper. I genuinely do not agree with any form of racial supremacy. So that being said, seeing how culturally huge metal is, I don't see where an issue is. If you go to a show and someone is racist to you because of your race, kick him in the dick, throw beer on him, whatever. That's fucked up. But I see that as a problem with that person. Or if the band was shouting it, then, you know, that band member. But I don't take that as metal as a whole. One guy being a dickhead at a show in bumfuck Ohio does not represent me. It doesn't represent all these other people. I am going to close my door. All this annoying fucking engines out here. What is a distraction we can play during this? Bill, distract him for a second.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Thank you, Bill. I'll take it from here. Talking about a white man saying that there's no racism problem, then playing a clip from Bill O'Reilly. This will go well. Nightland says, if you're racist at a metal show, you will get the shit beat out of you rightfully. Pretty much. Yeah. Go to a metal show in Germany with a swastika. See what happens. You won't last long. I actually did see that at the last time I went to Vakken. There was some dude that had like a swastika patch somewhere, and there was like several security guys watching him. I didn't see what happened after that, but Imagine thinking metal has an offensive problem in 2025. Thank you. Thank you. That's what I'm saying too. Yeah, someone mentioned The Who. I think that's a great example. A Mongolian metal band using traditional instruments is an example of Mongolian culture in metal music. Then you have Windrose bringing dwarven culture from Lord of the Rings into metal music. That's not from Lord of the Rings. Those are real dwarves. They're just singing about their ancestors and their quest to Moria and the Lonely Mountain. That's a true story. I don't know what you're talking about there. But yeah, that's my example. Or that's my statement on it. I completely am on board the hating on the shit, pandering bullshit out of Hollywood and their claim to want to be diverse and representative and just being hollow plastic corporate shells of bullshit. That said, I think metal actually really can and does embrace other cultures in a great way. And that is my biggest hot take. Living Color did some metal as fuck stuff in the 90s. Yeah, I think I saw them actually. Yeah, and that's always been a thing. There's always been people say that if you go to concerts, it's mostly white people. If you're in predominantly white countries, maybe. If you go to South America, you're probably not going to be fill the white people at the concerts. If you go to Asia, it's probably not going to be. So I 100% push back on that notion that metal has a racism problem, while at the same time, I definitely push back and just genuinely don't agree with actual racism. So that's good. Metal is more accepting than any other genre ever. It transcends language or race or religion. Yeah, I don't know about ever, but I agree with the premise of what you're saying. You know, you've listened to metal from in other languages that you don't understand that's still powerful for you, and you go to the concert and you're still there with everyone and connected to it, you know. That's my point. If you're in Scandinavia, you could have guessed it'd be mostly white. No way! What? And then when you go to India, it's mostly going to be Indians. What? Wow. Metal unites people. We are all one big happy family. Yep, that is how I view it. Who's vacuuming? These fucking yard people are here. It's really annoying. Sorry. We'll play another clip. You know what? Boo the yard man. Where is it? Boo the yard man.
Boo this man!
We're all black when the lights go on. That's a good call. Yeah. Metal is life. Metal is more diverse. Metal is forever. There you go. With this engine, if that's really loud and annoying, I've covered all the subjects. Trying to ruin the show. I start talking about racism, and now the show's getting interrupted. Isn't that interesting? Boo the yard man. Boo this simple man who's trying to make a living. I'm trying to talk shit on YouTube. Some of us have important things to do, sir. Making me go full Scrooge here. Can't hear shit here. Good noise suppression. Well then. Hey Wyatt, boo anti-metal club. I hope want to see this. I've heard the name mentioned, but I don't know who that is. Marco says, to be fair, 95% of the people at all those shows I've been to are white, but I've seen people of other races there, myself included. Yeah, there you go. Like, I don't see an issue on like if it's mostly that, but like, does it not allow others? Because then it would be racist. Who wants nachos? That's my thought on it. Boo, you probably nice individual trying to make a living. Boo this. It's right before Christmas. We're going to boo this yard worker. Controversial. Anti-elitism is more annoying than elitism itself. You know, I might agree with that. I would have you elaborate your view, but just on that take, I would kind of agree with that. I'm so fucking sick of all of the soapbox standing crap of like all the bands who had a problem with download with the sponsor after they all agreed to play download. It's like, okay, you're so cool. Marco said, like I said, let people like what they like. Your interests have nothing to do with your skin color. Yep. 100%. Totally agree. Josh L heading out. Thanks for sticking around for this long, man. We're almost out of here, so it's all good. William says, I feel like in current day, elitist just means some dude who doesn't like the same band. They're like, yeah, duh. Jesus Christ. All right. We need a distraction. I'm going to play. Everyone take a 30-minute break.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
We're back. Unless there's a sign on the entrance saying leave minorities, gays, etc., then actually shush saying it's racist. Yeah, that's my take too. It's more or less become an identity of itself to be anti-elitist, yes. And it typically means being prideful of sticking to the same few bands instead of branching out. It also means usually believing absolute bullshit, whether it's true or not. That's my problem with people like that. Yeah, anti-establishment is definitely another just subculture group. It's just another stereotype. All groups kind of have it, though, to be fair. It's not just them. I was saying earlier how metal itself, some people fall into the same pattern, thinking they're independent. Overanalysis says, fuck extremists no matter what their thing is. Yeah, that is pretty much my take. I don't like anyone who's way too militant and extreme with their beliefs on anything. I think everyone should have equal rights under the sword. That's how it works. Do you know who one of the, here we go. Do you know who one of the first world leaders was to embrace freedom of religion and made it work? Genghis Khan. Do you know why that is? Because he treated all of them equally. You can all have your religion and your cultures, but you all rule under me. So no one can take over one or the other. And that's how I view it. When I'm in charge of the planet, that's how it's going to go. Megan Malarkey says you also got to consider ironic racism and sexism for the sake of comedy and music based off absurdity, if anything. Yeah, that is my entire genre of comedy. I love offensive jokes. So I know the difference between yeah? I know a joke that's offensive is not a true indication of how someone feels. What are you doing? What are you doing? All right. What is Rocket doing? You just interrupted the show. We were about to call it quits, and now you're here. We went on for so long that Rocket slept and woke up again. Nightland says taking the piss is different from actually being a racist. 1,000%. Anyway, no one cares about that anymore. They want to see Rocket. Is there any more I want to comment on before? Probably not. Yeah, no, that's all of my offensive takes to get kicked off YouTube. Come here, Rocket. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? All right. Fine. Douchebag. Rocket, are you off to burn down a church, you metalhead swine? Who knows? Trying to think of something more creative. Oh, he's going to the bathroom. Good. He's pulling a G.G. Allen. Rocket is more interesting than most things, honestly. I still got to start the Rocket stream. Would anyone watch a Rocket stream if we did weekly hour or so of just following him around, being stupid? I've thought about doing that. I feel like people would like it. Missile Girl says, yeah. Rocket. Okay, well then I definitely have to start that. Maybe it should be Saturdays. Catterday with Rocket. There you go. Truman Shopa for Rocket. That's a great idea. That's really funny. We wouldn't have to do it Wednesdays. I'm thinking Catterdays with Rocket. Being a little metal elitist. Yeah, fuck PETA. We're not going to be harming Rocket. He's just going to be on here. Jesus Christ. We're not going to sacrifice him to a black metal band or anything. They'll be fine. Rocket. This is how you make a Molotov cattail. Anyway, I think that might wrap it up for today's episode of the Wyatt's Metal Podcast. We covered a lot. Covered a lot of things. This was a very good chat. Yeah, I thought this was a good stream. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Again, like the stream if you haven't yet. Appreciate it. Does help me out. Everyone keep being metal and shit. Next week, the show on the 18th. It will not only be the Christmas show, because the week after is actually Christmas, and I'm not going to stream on Christmas Day. Sorry. But so next week is not only the Christmas show, it is also my birthday show, because it is the day before my birthday. So everyone go hunt down your grandmother's credit cards. Go steal a couple Hondais. Whatever you got to do to donate to the Savior of Metal's birthday fund. Have fun. Take care, everybody. Rocket says you're all posers. And I'll see you next week. Wait, I need an outro video. What are we doing for the outro? Yeah? This is awkward now. I'm trying to do an outro. Let's do... All right, Norm, tell them what's up. Bye, everybody.
Now, this might strike some viewers as harsh, but I believe everyone involved in this story should die.